Is it the same exact day as my previous video, but a few hours later with a location change? Absolutely, because I am anything if not situationally motivatized. I have motivation at very limited times, so if I'm going to film this, I'm going to film it now. Hello kings, queens, and royalty in between, and welcome to my pocket of the internet. So today, in my roaming around on the booktube, if you will, I watched Larry Reed's video. I'll answer her channel. You should go watch her most recent video. It's a March TBR video. And in it, she says that she only makes these because they're fun. Very rarely does she follow them. And I was like, you know what? I feel so seen with that statement. She saw right through me, so I'm going to do it because it is fun. This is fun to make. Am I going to read these? Probably not, but let's be so for real, that's the fun of it. And I think that is that. I don't even know anymore, but I do have cute little TBR jars. I even drew a dragon on this one. This jar has every single unread physical book on my shelves. If it's red, it's not in here. And then this jar, which has another little cute label that I made, thank you, has props in it. So like, book that starts with M, booktuber picks your book, like something like that. And so I'm going to pull 2 from each, and so that way I have 4 total, because I average about 4 books a month. And then with that, I'm going to pick and set up my March TBR. I am actually really excited about this. And this will also be a really good way of planning reading vlogs. Yeah, it will. And I'm so excited. So let's get right into it. First, we're gonna do the one that has just book titles in it. So all of my unread book titles are in this jar. So I'm going to shake, 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 shake. Okay. Okay, got this one. I'll let you guys see it first, if you can. I don't even know if you can see it from that far away. What does that say? Redeemed. Oh, BRB. So the book reading Redeemed means redeemed by Lauren Asher. This is actually a book that Sal gifted to me with her annotations in it, so that's really exciting. On the back it has the 2 different people. It has Chloe and then it has Santiago, which are the main characters, I assume. It says, it all started with a birthday wish, some vodka, an ancestry kit. That's how I ended up in Italy, finding my long-lost father. But one decision lands me a fake boyfriend I don't want. The more we pretend, the easier our ruse becomes. I told myself not to fall in love with a liar like Santiago. I should have listened. And then Santiago says, one mistake destroys my career. I go from most eligible bachelor to monster, hiding from the world, at least until Chloe breaks into my home. My new fake girlfriend is a temporary fix to my biggest problem. But as our game changes, so do my feelings. There's only one issue stopping me from claiming her. Me. It's fake dating. It's F1. I'm really excited. This is going in the book pile. I don't know where to put these props that I've used. I'll put them over here. Jar. Aggression. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, this one. I looked first because I was nervous. It is Cursed Fates. Okay. For those of you who don't know, Cursed Fates is book 5 in the Zodiac Academy series. I actually started this at the end of February, and I chose peace because I was trying to a 24-hour readathon, and I decided I did not need emotional damage at 3 o'clock in the morning. Did I make it to 3 o'clock in the morning? No, but that is beside the point. So I'm about 32% into this. I don't know what that is physically. I was reading it on my Kindle. I'm scared. I'm scared. That's all I need to say. That's all I got. Next we're gonna move on to the prompt jar. So this one I'll pull out, it'll be like a fantasy romance, or a book that starts with M, or something of that nature. Perks of man hands. I can cover the top of a jar with my hand. Okay, this one. Book that's been on your TBR the longest. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm gonna have to stare. Oh. Are you okay, friend? Sorry with your sounds. At this point, I'm approximating. I don't really know, but I'm gonna go with The Book Thief by Marcus Suzak. I read this in high school. It was required reading, but every single book that I semi-enjoyed in high school that was required reading, I have put on my TBR to be read again as an adult. And this one's a little bit annotated. It was back before I had annotation tabs and I was cutting up sticky notes. You sweet summer child. So I'm gonna have to go through and replace those with either tabs or just take them out and just mark up like I was doing anyways. If you don't know what The Book Thief is, The Book Thief is told from the perspective of death. And it is death following this girl who stole a book, basically. It's on the inside of this paperback. It's 1939 Nazi Germany. The country is holding its breath. Death has never been busier, and it will become busier still. Liesel Meminger finds herself changed when she unearths a single object from the snow. It is the grave digger's handbook, left there by accident at her brother's funeral, and it is her first act of book thievery. But these are dangerous times. When Liesel's foster family hides a Jewish man in their basement, Liesel's world is both opened up and closed down. In superbly crafted prose that burns with intensity, award-winning author Marcus Suzak has given us the most enduring stories of our time. So, I just remember this being emotionally heart-wrenching, as most things I enjoy are. It is what it is. And just, it's such an interesting concept. Like, this is World War II told from the perspective of death, following a little girl around in her life. And that just intrigues me on multiple instances. So, I am going to maybe read that this month. We'll see. Alright. I might do 2 more. I might do 5. Let's be ambitious. Let's be ambitious for once in our lives. This one. We'll do this one. It says, a book that has science. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this for a second while I think this through. So I could do one of 2 things. Book that has science, I could go over to my romance shelf and grab an Allie Hazelwood book to reread, since that is the only ones that are like based on science. Or I can grab a dystopian novel that is technology. It's not quite science, but science and technology often go together. Oh! I know what I'm gonna do. BRB. I'm going to pick up The Ministry of Time by Kaylin Bradley. It's time travel, is all I know. Let's read the inside, shall we? An ingeniously imagined, hilarious romp through time, space, and the human heart that announces an exhilarating new voice in contemporary fiction. In the near future, a civil servant is offered the salary of her dreams to work in a top-secret project. A recently established government ministry is gathering expats from across history to establish whether time travel is feasible for the human body, but also for the fabric of space-time. She is tasked with working as a bridge, living with assisting, and monitoring the expat known as 1847, or Commander Graham Gore. As far as history is concerned, Commander Gore died in Sir John Franklin's doomed 1845 expedition to the Arctic. So he is a little disoriented to be living with an unmarried woman who regularly shows her calves, surrounded by outlandish concepts such as washing machines and Spotify and the collapse of the British Empire. But with an appetite for discovery, a 7-day cigarette habit, and a support of a charming and chaotic cast of fellow expats, he soon adjusts. Over the next year, what begins as an excruciatingly uncomfortable housemate dynamic evolves to something much deeper. By the time the true shape of the ministry project comes to light, the bridge has fallen haphazardly, fervently in love, with consequences she never could have imagined. Forced to confront the choices that brought them together, the bridge must finally reckon with whether what she does can change the future. An exquisitely original and feverishly fun fusion of genres and ideas, the Ministry of Time asks, what does it mean to defy history when history is living in your house? Wow. I actually have never read that. I just picked this up because one of my favorite YouTubers and book talkers, Madison Kate, insert YouTube here, read this recently and loved it, and she said, I don't know who I recommend this to, but I recommend that everyone read it. And I said, that's so real. Because she does this series on TikTok where it's like oddly specific book recommendations. Like, if you're this person, you should read this. And she's like, I don't know who I recommend this to, but I recommend that everyone read this. And so what did I do? I went out and I bought it. Because I'm anything if not a person with bad spending habits. So, and it won the Good Morning America Book Club pick, and it was $5 off hardbacks, so it just was a sign from the universe, honestly. So that will be book 4 on my TBR. Alrighty, last one. Goodness knows. First in a series. Wow, even the TBR jars are trying to get me to start new series when I haven't even finished the millions I'm in the middle of. Love when fate is in my favor. Now, what series? Do I start Shadow and Bone? Do I start Throne of Glass? Do I start Jade City? There's so many options. I really have too many options for this. If I sit here for another 2 minutes and I can't decide, I'm going to pick a different prompt, because that was dangerous with how many series I'm in the middle of right now and how many series I have on my shelves that I haven't started. I've been contemplating for too long, and if I sit here and contemplate, I'm going to contemplate for the rest of my life. So I'm going to pick a new prompt, and this will be book 5, because simply, no, I choose peace. Thank you. Round 2 for book 5. LOL. 500 plus pages. Okay, that actually narrows it down a lot. 500 plus pages. I'm gonna go with City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. I was so heavily influenced by Mariana's reads, insert YouTube, and M Fun's reads, insert YouTube, and so I bought it. That's what I got for you. I felt like it, so I did. It says, death is only the beginning. Lauren Kala has only ever been ordinary. As a human struggling to survive in a city that caters to the needs of vampires, werewolves, witches, and other supernatural creatures, she always assumed her life would remain simple, predictable, and safe as safe as her world would allow. Wow. Damn! Until she rarely escapes abduction in the hands of the Dark Slayers, a supernatural bounty hunters that possess the sight, a magical tracking ability that allows them to see a person's aura, and one of her friends is taken in her place. The abductors are demanding a ransom, Lauren's life, in exchange for her friend's safe return. Lauren will do whatever it takes to get her friend back, even if it means accepting the help of Darian Castle, the leader of the Seven Devils, the most feared dark slaying circle in the city. Darian specializes in tracking down demons and criminals that are better off dead than alive. So when he takes a job to track down Lauren and find out finds out she is human and couldn't hurt a fly, and her... Ugh, wow.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm contemplating my life choices by putting myself out here on the internet. So when he takes a job to track down Lauren and finds out that she is human and couldn't hurt a fly if her life depended on it, he decides to protect her instead of turn her in for reward. As much as Lauren doesn't want to admit it, Darian is her best and only chance of finding her friend alive. If she can somehow manage to get along with him and not fall head over heels in love with him in the process, which is far easier said than done. When more women start disappearing and some of them slowly turn up dead, Lauren and Darian's search for answers takes them deep into Angelton's corrupt underbelly, where they discover a dark secret that threatens to unravel their world. And when tragedy strikes, Lauren learns that love can make an extraordinary person do extraordinary things. Oh, an ordinary person do extraordinary things. Considering that took me 1.5 years to read the back of the book, this book has 731 pages. I think that qualifies, so I'm gonna take it. Okay, let me not drop this. Alrighty, so now this is our 5-book March TBR. We, just for a recap, we have City of Gods and Monsters, The Ministry of Time, The Book Thief, Cursed Fates, and Redeemed. I feel like we have a good selection of genres. We have 2 fantasies, a romance, and 2 literary fictions. I feel like I ate that up. We'll see if I get through this month. Thank you so very much for joining me on this extenuous journey into the underbelly that is trying to figure out a TBR for a person who does not make TBRs. So, I really hope you enjoyed that mess that was this video. If you've read any of these books, please let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. I'm actually pretty excited for this deck. The only one that I'm like 99.9% sure I'm not going to read is The Book Thief, and that's simply because I'm so out of a literary fiction mood and so not in the mood to read World War II fiction, so I am probably not going to read that. Let's be so honest with each other right now up front. So that's probably not going to happen. Also, unless I get out of this fantasy mood, I'm not going to read Redeemed. Let's be so honest with one another. But it's cute. The stack is cute, so, you know, maybe because the stack is cute, I'll think I'm cute for reading the books. I don't know. So that is all I have for you today. That was a mess, and I hope you enjoyed watching the train wreck. Please like this video. It makes me feel better about myself and what I'm telling new people. I will link all of my things down below, you know, Goodreads, Storygraph, TikTok, Instagram, Amazon wishlist if you feel so inclined, even though I really suggest you don't, because I change that shit every day. It's not even funny anymore. I have a problem, but that's fine. Please watch any of my previous videos if you want. I'm actually pretty proud of most of them. There's a few that I kind of wish I never put out on the internet, but it's too late now. I do recommend you watch them because I think I'm hilarious. I'm my favorite comedian, so maybe I'm a biased opinion, but I feel like you should watch them and like them and share them with your bestie poos who also think I'm funny. So, I'm just saying, we could help each other out here. I can make you giggle and you can make me feel better about myself. Sounds like a win-win situation to me. I love you all so very much, and I will see you next time. Bye!